For over 2,000 years, one story has haunted humanity. A mighty empire, rich with knowledge and power, that vanished beneath the sea in a single day and night. Plato called it Atlantis. But was it just a fable? Or could it be the memory of a real lost civilization? Tonight, we'll dive deep into the origins of the Atlantis myth, explore the theories of its possible locations, and uncover why the idea of Atlantis continues to captivate us today. Stay with me until the end, because the truth about Atlantis may be far stranger and far more real than you ever imagined. The first written account of Atlantis comes from the Greek philosopher Plato, around 360 BCE. In his dialogues Timaeus and Critias, Plato describes a mighty island nation beyond the Pillars of Hercules, what we now call the Strait of Gibraltar. Atlantis, he said, was larger than Libya and Asia combined. Its people were powerful, wealthy, and technologically advanced. They built massive palaces, irrigation systems, and a grand city with concentric rings of land and water. But then came the downfall. Plato wrote that the Atlanteans grew greedy and corrupt. Their empire stretched too far. And when they tried to conquer Athens, the gods punished them. In just one day and night of catastrophe, Atlantis sank into the sea and was lost forever. But here's the question. Was Plato describing history, or just a moral story? Many scholars argue Atlantis was never real. Plato may have invented it as an allegory, a warning about pride, hubris, and the fall of empires. After all, Greek philosophers often used myths to teach lessons. But others point out something unusual. Plato's description of Atlantis is incredibly detailed. He names cities, rulers, landscapes, even measurements of the island. Why go to such lengths for a mere fable? Even more intriguing, Plato claimed the story didn't come from him at all. He said it came from Egyptian priests, passed down to the Greek statesman Solon, and eventually to him. Could Plato have been preserving a memory of a real civilization, one far older than Greece itself? Ever since Plato, explorers and dreamers have searched for Atlantis. Some believe it lies in the Mediterranean, beneath Santorini. Once home to the advanced Minoan civilization, destroyed by a volcanic eruption around 1600 BCE. Others look to Spain, suggesting Atlantis was in Andalusia, near the marshlands of Doñana. Some theories point further west, to the Caribbean, the Azores, or even the Americas. Could Plato have been describing a transatlantic culture that crossed oceans long before Columbus? The search has spanned centuries, but one thing remains constant: the human obsession with finding a lost paradise. But the story of Atlantis isn't just about a single lost city. All around the world, we find hints of advanced ancient cultures whose knowledge seems out of place. In Turkey, Göbekli Tepe, a 12,000-year-old site built before agriculture. In Peru, the Nazca Lines, massive geoglyphs only visible from above. In Egypt, the pyramids, precise structures that still puzzle engineers today. Could Atlantis have been one of these forgotten civilizations? Or perhaps a cultural memory, preserved in myths, of humanity's first great cities washed away by rising seas at the end of the Ice Age? Every ruin, every unexplained monument, whispers the same question: what have we forgotten about our past? Plato's story describes a sudden, catastrophic destruction, and modern science tells us such events did happen. At the end of the Ice Age, about 12,000 years ago, sea levels rose by more than 100 meters. Entire coastlines disappeared. Earthquakes and volcanic eruptions, like the one at Santorini, destroyed whole cultures overnight. The Black Sea may once have been a freshwater lake, until a massive flood created the sea we know today. So perhaps Atlantis wasn't one single place. Perhaps it was a memory of all the cities and peoples swallowed by the rising oceans of prehistory. But Atlantis is more than geography. For centuries, mystics and writers have reimagined it as a symbol of lost wisdom. In the 19th century, theosophists claimed Atlantis was home to an advanced spiritual race with psychic powers. In popular culture, it became a legend of utopia, a golden age when humanity lived in harmony with nature until corruption led to its fall. Whether true or not, Atlantis became a mirror, reflecting both our dreams of paradise and our fears of destruction. Even today, the search continues. Underwater archaeologists have found mysterious structures off the coast of Japan, Cuba, and India. Some believe these are remnants of cities drowned thousands of years ago. And while mainstream science doesn't confirm Atlantis, The discoveries remind us that human history may be deeper, older, and more complex than we imagine. Atlantis, in a way, has already been found, not as a single city, but as countless forgotten worlds beneath the waves. So what was Atlantis? A story invented by Plato? A cultural memory of lost civilizations drowned by rising seas? Or perhaps a real empire, destroyed in a single day of catastrophe? The truth may never be known, but maybe that's why Atlantis still captivates us. It isn't just about one lost city. It's about the mystery of humanity itself, a reminder that civilizations rise and fall, that oceans remember what we forget, and that even the greatest empires can vanish in the blink of an eye. This was the story of Atlantis, myth, legend, or real lost civilization. If you want to journey deeper into history's greatest mysteries, subscribe and join us as we uncover the stories the world forgot.